Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another video. This is North Star Reactions and Reviews and my name is Matthew. In today's video we are moving right along in our Criminal Minds reaction series with Season 1, Episode 12. As I mentioned in the previous video, we are about halfway through Season 1, so I'm going to try to do as many of these episodes as possible in the coming days. It might still take me a while because I'm still trying to figure out the rest of my recording schedule, but bear with me and we will get through it. I hope you all enjoyed these videos as I put them out to you. If you are a new subscriber to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber to the channel, welcome to you as well. And once again, if you are a viewer of the channel but not yet subscribed, and you like what you see here in this video or on the channel in general, I would urge you to please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here. Let's go ahead and get started in Season 1, Episode 12 of Criminal Minds. Hope you all enjoy. Here we go. Ooh, Delaware this time, alright.
Foul the halfback. Play like that tomorrow, we're gonna get beat by penalty kicks, okay?
I don't see why I can't go.
I told you, we have a game. Come on, guys, pass the ball.
Why? I want to spend time with Dad.
Yes, you do. Doesn't make you do anything.
Ooh.
God. Laps. Now.
A mother that doubles as your coach, that's not always a good thing.
Dad, where are you? Can you talk to Mom? Can we at least have a family meeting? Call me back.
Oh, I thought she was actually talking to him. She had to leave a voicemail.
Don't worry, mister. If she's old, she can't go too far. I know what it's like to lose your dog. Where do you...
Uh-oh. Yikes, that's not good.
And BTW, you're not challenging. Oh no, you're totally challenging. But you're not challenging at all in a bad way. Sorry.
Oh, I love their interactions.
Thanks again for the flowers. Hey.
How's BTW, man?
Internet shorthand for by the way. Glenn was last seen on the playground at 4:30 yesterday afternoon.
That's 20 hours ago. Child abduction response plan says we get notified immediately. What happened?
Long-term stranger abductions of children.
That's not good.
Are rare. They represent only the first hour.
They waited too long to bring them in.
Greatly decrease. 75% are gone after 3 hours.
And now they're working up against a clock, which is never a good sign. So I'm wondering how it'll play out this time.
Human. He shares our bed and eats at our table.
She's in the uniforms now from the fences out.
Yeah.
I need you to be a liaison with the family.
Liaison.
Child abduction, the parents are likely to break down if they aren't careful.
She can do it.
Went with K-9 units, talked to the press twice, gave a description of the SUV and the suspect, and formed a round-the-clock volunteer man hotline service. Witnesses, however, talking to a white male, mid-30s.
The detective seems to have done everything correctly
Just a leash, no dog.
so far.
Lost dog is a common ruse, especially with children. Argument during soccer practice.
Billy wants to spend more time with her father. It's a pretty fresh divorce. I get the impression that our victim is in the middle of it.
Hindsight could have been hunting during practice. Crowded park at 4 p.m. to target rich environment.
Russell? Yeah, where? We'll be right there. Uniforms just located another kid who might have talked to the suspect yesterday.
Looks typical of a little girl bedroom.
Drives a late model green SUV. Anyone who's seen anything suspicious, we have a hotline set up at the Wilmington Police Department. Billy Copeland is an 11-year-old girl.
It's 2 hours. The press wants to talk to me. I don't think I can face it.
Why don't you just tell me what happened?
Pain, as usual, is giving me attitude. So I told
Being
her
a
to
kid.
let it off. It's been final for 6 months, but we haven't lived together for over a year.
You seeing anyone?
I had a few casual dates after work, but they never came to the house. Billy still hopes that her father and I will get back together.
Billy did say she knew what it was like to lose a
I
dog.
did that for her.
We get along well?
Best of friends. She calls him every night. We're out of school for father-daughter field trips. Says we all need to stop and enjoy life. But he forgets that he has responsibilities for everything. I should have just let her go with her father. I'm sorry.
Imagine what that feels like.
This must be the father.
Mr. Copeland's here.
On-air hours to fill.
Excuse me.
Look who's here.
Yesterday. How come you guys just got here?
We'll have a press conference
When?
soon.
Come on, JJ. Give me something, huh?
JJ certainly knows how to handle the press.
Sorry, Marilyn, I turned my phone off.
How could you turn your phone off? What?
What's being done today all night? I have a cabin in Brandywine Valley.
Police tried you there.
Well, maybe I was out at the time.
Billy tried your cell phone yesterday afternoon.
Her home, with her friends around. This is the only place she's ever lived.
So you
It's
left-
rough, but the parents are always the first suspects in cases like this.
That you might have taken your daughter. Until you can give us a satisfactory accounting of your whereabouts from the time your daughter went missing in hours.
I was busy.
It's 1:30.
He's not helping himself.
11:30. Found out Billy was missing.
I was at Sloan Kettering Hospital in New York City. Dr. Balin Mayhall is the head of oncology.
He had a relapse?
It's in my lymph nodes now.
Oh, that's right, he has cancer.
There's nothing more they can.
Call Sloan Kettering.
Good afternoon. I'm Detective Russett. This is Special Agents Hotchner and Morgan from the FBI.
Wherever they want.
Ooh, coming in hot.
Sex offender registry.
Two of them live close, so that you can tell exactly where from the map on the internet. Are you talking to them? Yes, ma'am. What's it?
Daughter, just a couple of questions. Why don't we step right over here and the rest of you can go back to playing, all right?
I told him I couldn't help him because I had to go home and have lunch. And if I'm late, I get grounded.
Mom's about that.
And then when he came back, I was already late for soccer practice.
Come down to the police department, have a look at a book with some men's faces in it. Might help you recognize them.
That'll be all right.
Okay.
Thanks, Connie.
What do we know? We talked to a kid who had contact with the unsub. Came back to the same street more than once. Tells us he's at ease in the neighborhood and comfortable talking to kids in plain view. Only that he's aware.
It's not uncommon for predators like these to know kids that live around his area.
He's from the neighborhood.
Then we go door to door and ask for voluntary searches.
The neighborhood's already crawling with uniforms.
Change tactics. If we don't, Billy isn't going to make it past the next 24 hours.
So what are they gonna do?
Corral these clowns. We're going to need them, all of them. It is vital that we locate her in the first 24.
The unknown subject in this case is most likely a resident of one of the subdivisions around the park. Will you cancel the Amber Alert?
For immediate response to child abduction. Believe it or not, we're already late in the game. We do
Yeah, they're very late.
To know that if he feels like we're closing in on him at all, he will kill Billy to avoid detection. If anything,
This is the That's yard work. Solitary activities appeal to him. But if you watch closely, you'll see he pays a little too much attention to perceived as a threat.
He's a white male in his late 20s to 30s. He has a menial or temporary job. Socially marginalized and frustrated, he relates better to kids than he does to adults.
Predators don't.
And he's had a recent stressor, a job loss or other setback. Unable to maintain a normal relationship, he'll have extensive pornographic materials in his home and on his computer. And
does own, or did at one point own a dog named Candy. We recommend cross-checking veterinary records with the residents in the neighborhood.
he will not inject himself into this investigation.
Don't these guys like to...
Likely to walk in and ask us, can I help you? But I can guarantee you he will be watching the news. So how we handle them is very important. Look, thank you.
Penelope Garcia's house of how may I save your ass today?
Give me a sex offender registry for Wilmington, Delaware.
Her-
It's a fun group.
She's hilarious.
Offenders Garcia.
Wilmington, Delaware sex offenders. Worst from all level 3 offenders, zip. Nada.
Got a couple of level 2s.
So just forthright. And another, paroled on 2 counts of sexual assault and rape 1.
Any child victims?
No.
Come on, Garcia, dig for me. The guy we're looking for probably couldn't perform with adults, pro or not.
Well, give me a list of suspects and I can run a deep background.
No, it'll be like too late by then.
You took all the
Not working with a lot.
with cops, knocking on doors.
It's not that simple.
Yes, it is.
You're taking the meds again.
Look, what exactly are you people doing in the conference? That's what you have? You just
For
said
now.
you're already taking the dress that's running off the air.
I know. But this will be different.
Understandably, he's upset.
Second permission. I'm sorry. Billy won't even talk to me anymore. How am I gonna tell her that her father's sick again?
Uh-oh.
Look at any of these.
That's not good.
Mr. Copeland? Yeah, sex offenders in the area. I thought he should know. Gosh, we have a problem.
The neighbors' intentions were good, but it did not yield the response that they were hoping for.
What? You tell me
Not a
what
good
she is,
idea.
or I'm gonna kill you right here. Dude, I got no idea what you're talking about. Where is she?
Ooh, they had a good response time, thanks to Elle.
I got no kid!
Get inside. Let it go.
Oh, that's it. No more uniforms in the neighborhood. Are you...
In front of us.
What if you're wrong?
You know what program did the most harm to this country in terms of crimes like this?
Danger coloring books.
Taught a whole generation about a scary man in a trench coat hiding behind a tree. Then we learned that strangers are only a fraction of the offenders out there. Prepared our children for 1% of the danger, made them more vulnerable to 99%. So we've been wrong before. All we can do is learn from it, hopefully be better next time.
Unit 539.
Good.
The call is anonymous. I'm sure you just did what you thought was right, detective.
I can't. It's her.
Mr. Jones isn't interested in pressing charges.
Oh, am I supposed to be grateful? The bastard's a pedophile.
No, he isn't.
Did you check up on him? Did you even search his house?
We understand your frustration and your anger, but you're jeopardizing our efforts to save your daughter's life. Every minute spent chasing you is time we're not spending on Billy. So either
Make a public appeal for information regarding a witness driving a dark green SUV.
Isn't he supposed to be the suspect?
yes, but when people hear suspect, they can't see the guy next door as a monster.
Panics or thinks it's too risky, and then It's not just him that you'll be speaking to. It's his neighbors as well.
We've done everything we can to relieve the pressure on this man. We've taken the cops off the street.
Even if it's just for a little while, that we're way off the mark, that we're not close to arresting him.
Are you close to arresting him?
We need the public's help.
Okay, everyone's attention, please. Just take your seats. And passion and patience. Mr. Copeland.
All right, let's see if this works.
Yesterday, at approximately 3 p.m., we are looking for a man, a witness, in a green SUV. There have been some reports that he is a suspect, but that was a mistake. He is not suspected of anything. Understand how important what he saw is. So anyone with information about this individual or his green SUV, please call the tip hotline. Thank you.
Police earlier today is not Billy.
Uh-oh.
There'll be no more questions, thank you. This press conference is over.
Dang. Give it to him, JJ.
Passion? I'll ask the question. We're the ones who didn't tell the parents about the body.
Positive identification hasn't been made. Asking them about it is out of line, Hal.
Find a body.
Mrs. Copeland.
Did you find Billy? Is my daughter dead?
The body was discovered.
It's not Billy. The body that was found was much older. It was been dead a number.
What the heck is that? A reporter asked him about the body.
Probably heard him on the scanner.
I should have prepared them for that.
We didn't have anything to tell him yet.
How's it going?
The unsub's in here somewhere. I gotta bet that the police talked to him in their initial canvass.
Neighborhood was crawling with cops. Canine units, search and rescues. Make him nervous and jumpy. He'd want to avoid him at all costs.
So then he couldn't allow anyone into his home to ask routine questions, even if the girl was bound to get, because it'd be too risky.
Wasn't at home during the initial canvass.
Or didn't answer the door.
We'll find our own sub.
Let's go to it.
Sergeant, here's what we need. Everything that comes in here.
When my little girl needed help, she came to me. And now when she needs me most, there's nothing.
When he got sick, he said he didn't want to make us watch him die. I don't know. It seemed better than the truth that he was running away from us. So I lied to her.
I can't just sit around here helpless.
But when you were first diagnosed with cancer, you could have given up. You didn't. He said, ravages you before you even know it's there, and by the time you do know, you're already losing. You took on that one.
It's true.
Will you summon to fight that?
And it came back. The cancer won.
They can't give up now.
Pictures of you and her in her room. Pictures of you fishing. Men and women I work with are the best in the world.
Yeah, it was worth a try. That's right. Thank you. Nothing.
Agent Morgan?
Yeah.
This kind of thing you're looking for?
Read.
Ooh, progress?
Hey, Mr. Lomax. 1106 Springfield. Where's our camera sheet? 1106.
1106. No answer.
Let's go and talk to Mr. Lomax.
Holy smokes, that was fast. Did you call in a tip about your neighbor, Don Curtis?
Lives down the street. I saw the news thing, you know. I was thinking that he knows it. Know what I mean?
Where's this Explorer now?
It's usually in the driveway, but I haven't seen it today. Haven't seen Dawn either.
Sounds like they
Kinda
found
weird.
their
We're always
suspect.
out front. A big golden retriever. Her name was Candy. I think she died like 6 months ago.
Thank you, Mr. Lomax. Third house down on the right. We knocked on the door, but nobody's answering.
His neighbor said he's definitely in there.
He's got a green Ford Explorer in the garage.
Based on that
You weigh the
information,
life of a child against the price of a door?
I'm weighing the law against the price of the door.
Girl's in the house right now. The longer we stand here and wait, the longer he has to finish her
I'll
off.
call a judge.
He's right. It's harsh, but he's right.
We're aware of the rules of that.
Woo!
Let's go.
Tear the place apart!
Just as we expected, he has an extensive collection of deviant photos and cartoon downloads.
A lot of home movies with a bunch of kids in it. But this one, I need to see it.
Gideon, we searched the entire house, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere. There's no sign of the girl, or that she's even been here. It is...
That's odd.
Polly Class was found 25 miles...
She's got to be there somewhere.
Go to prison. Right now, for how long is up to you. It's in your best interest to help us.
Back from parents. Now you can help us. Make it right.
Curtis lawyered up.
Of course he did.
Cautions, we will take full responsibility.
He's the man.
Jason, I agree, but we may have been...
They don't have any way of proving it.
You know as well as I do, unless...
Insulation.
Alright, get me up there.
Here.
Hey, yay, they found her.
My name's Jason.
I'm gonna take you home, sweetie. So see your mom and dad now. Oh, I forgot. Here she goes. Here goes, sweetie. Watch your arm. Watch your arm.
Measure not the work until the day's out and the labor done. Elizabeth Barrett Browning.
I got absolute... It's mathematics, it's statistics.
He's from Vegas.
House rules. There's that, too.
All right, shuffle.
Yeah. Give me a card.
Hey, Hutch.
People need to know that they're important, and sometimes you forget that.
It's true.
Well, I already sent her a gift. An MP3 player. It lasts longer unless you drop when the battery dies. Maybe not, huh?
I think the Copelands are going to stay together. They stayed apart.
No, it wouldn't.
How do you know?
I know.
We must give to all the others, so that we are not forgotten. A time when the music is forgotten. When the music's not forgotten.
So, that was episode 12 of Criminal Minds. It was a happy ending, to say the least, considering how it began. A couple thoughts on this for me. We've dealt with similar cases in previous episodes. We've got to see different kidnapping cases and how each one has been handled. Obviously, like they mentioned in the episode, the team was called in extremely late to this case. They were called in 20 hours after the abduction, when they should have been notified immediately. Because they usually work with a 24-hour clock, and because they were called in so late, they only had about 4 hours to work with. It's not a lot of time, but they were still able to locate Billy, the young girl who was kidnapped. She was alive and she was unharmed, so that's always great, especially when children are involved. It's always great to see that that they make it out alive and okay. Next, for me, Gideon took some real liberties getting into that house there towards the last about 10 minutes of the episode there. He took a pot that I'm assuming had some plants in it, and he used the pot to break in the window and get into the home. Obviously, the man that lived there was their unsub, and so, but they didn't do it legally. They didn't gain entry legally. They didn't have a search warrant. And so, like the detective said, the only way that they were going to make any of it stick was if they found Billy in the home. And they did. In the oddest of places, no less. I think it was an attic or a vent shaft or something that she was found in, and nobody thought to look there. Most people don't assume to look in an attic, but it is part of the home, and they were able to find her there, so I'm really glad about that. It just really surprised me the way that Gideon acted in this episode. He was more aggressive than usual than we've seen in the previous episodes. I mean, we've seen him angry and upset, but never anything like this, so it was a different side of him that we were introduced to. And I think it had to do with because there was children involved, and we recently learned about Gideon's own son. So maybe he kind of took it a little more personal this time around. And taking a case personal like this can cloud judgment if you're not careful. It always can mess with your decision making when you're close to something like this, especially in law enforcement. So that was an interesting take on it. And then right there at the end, I've noticed Gideon has a lot of pictures on a desk or multiple desks right there in his office, and he seemed to have added a new one. It looks like Gideon takes a picture from a case that means a lot to him and adds it to a collection there in his office. And I'm wondering what the significance of that is going to be. In the beginning of the episode, Garcia mentioned or asked him, "Is this your family?" And Gideon said that it was sort of his family. So I'm wondering how all of those pictures are going to tie into more character development for Gideon in future episodes. That would be great to see. I'd love to know how that all ties in with him and what it's going to do for his character as the season unfolds and we come to an end here. Of course, these are just my thoughts on the episode. I'd love to know your thoughts. Go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section below. Any thoughts, opinions, questions, concerns, anything like that. Please, as always, only refer to the current episode that we are watching or past episodes that we've already viewed. No spoilers about any future episodes that we have yet to view. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen the show or who is watching along with us and has not viewed anything that we've already viewed. I would greatly appreciate that. Please like, subscribe, and share this video any way you can. I would greatly appreciate any and all support. And thank you all for joining me here for this video. I will see you all soon for the next one. Bye.